Good evening, this is Tenez the Human, and welcome back to our Western Roman Empire campaign. And you join us on the borders of the Rhine, where last time we saw Campus Frisi finally get taken over, but we also saw Vicus Franchi become a key part of our future infrastructure. Some beautiful, beautiful training grounds over here, giving us a pretty darn nice looking army for Marcus the Gambler to start heading over to Britain, because yes, a significant problem is that the Saxons are about to head into Londinium. We are, I believe, just one turn later than where we left things off last time. They didn't attack us straight away, but yes, they are very much ready to do so now. 3 generals in that direction. I do have Felix the Killer heading over that way. We're going to leave this chap in this part of the world, but it looks like all of their generals might actually be here. It's got other people floating around, but I don't see them, so this could be interesting. Marcus the Gambler will go over to the boats. He's going to head across to Britannia, clear them out, and we'll let these 2 lads join the fun. Placcus the Horseman, I have actually passed his retinue over to Aurelius Flavius to make sure that his son is ready for all of this. Conversion by force, interesting. But he's a Christian, and so he should be, even if his father is not. Elsewhere, the Empire's looking pretty good over in Rome. We've been building up ourselves a very, very nice little force here. Ammianus Servius has been there a little while. He's picked up engineer, understanding of logistics and tactics, and a horsemaster. Lovely stuff. So, yes, we're going to send him off with some carriage ballistae, the stars of last time, as well as some horses and some general troops. We'll send them over towards the east. I don't know exactly where they're going to end up, but that's very much the general direction that we have planned for them. So, yes, that's nice. And this young lad here is taken over the managing of Rome for the time being. Hopefully he'll pick up some good retinue, and likewise, we'll send some of the youngsters eastward. Last time as well, Cyrene. Yes, we managed to nab this off the Eastern Empire, and there is a tiny force on its way. We are laying a watchtower 2 down. We will send him back, though, if he's on his way. We can get comitatenses though, so that's not the end of the world. Archers as well actually can be trained over here, so I don't know why we're sending them in that direction, because it turns out, I guess it was a damaged building or something from the auto-resolve. So yes, we'll get them retrained over there. Get the boat back in the port, and Lipsis Magna, well, it'll do absolutely fine. We don't need to ever think about that ever again. Cadonia and Athens looking pretty solid right now. I could probably do with some spies over here in Anatolia just to see what's happening. So, yeah, next time when we have a bit of money again, we'll just grab ourselves a spy, send some over, just try and get some eyes on the ground. Now, Constantinople, soon to be, it should be said, is going to fall. And with that, that will win us the game, actually, because 34 settlements, including Rome, Carthage, Tarraco, Constantinople. Obviously, we start with 3 of these. So, I mean, there is a way you can win the game literally like turn 1 by getting your diplomat to chat to the Eastern Empire and getting it handed over. But no, we're not doing any of that cheese, but we're going to do it the old-fashioned way through brutality and war. So, obviously, yes, you can do this a lot quicker, but this is the verge of victory at this point. Army standing outside, very much not what any of them want, but we'll see if they go back in the city or not. If they do, we'll lay siege and see what happens with that. But Eastern Empire not convincing me that they have an awful lot right now. I'm not seeing reinforcements, and at the moment, well, yeah, do they have anything left? I don't know. I mean, you can see over here that it's fairly stalemate with the Sassanids. Nothing too dramatic with them. So I don't see that they've been destroyed by the Sassanids, but we'll see about that, because I'm not really seeing any fight back so far from the Eastern Empire. Maybe Sirmium has crushed their spirit. On that note, by the way, obviously the Huns did manage to take Clone Dacia, but yes, the Unpronounceable has not been taken by the Vandals. They've even failed there, so don't know what they're doing, but our spies just managed to track them down a little bit. We've got a new guy on their tail now, so we'll keep a close eye on them. When that turn, we'll see what happens, but most certainly it's going to involve London being taken. Well, with the falling of Londinium, I have at least placed down a watchtower to keep a watchful eye on those dirty southerners, which sounds weird for me to say as a southerner, but there we are. as we control York now. That's the way we've got to look at things. So, Admiral over here. This guy's going to drop over Felix the Assassin. How old is he now? 54. He's getting on a little bit. Our army of Marcus the Gambler has made it most of the way through the swamps. Just noticing the Burgundii are around. So, we've got to be a bit careful about this because, yeah, I feel like they are coming to attack me and it might just to convince them that it's a good time to do so. So I'm going to send some more troops back in that direction and make sure that we've got a general over here to look after it. Vicus Franchi obviously needs to continue creating troops. We're very short of money. I think that has somewhat tanked our economy, to be honest, because it was quite an important space. It's been executed, which is not ideal, because then the economy won't be great when we get it back. But you know what, at least it'll be happy for a while. Woohoo! Right, as for the rest of it, Quincum looking very solid indeed. Conintum, not really as much beef with the Lombardi as we've got with the Burgundii. I feel like that's a slightly safer border for now, but again, they're floating around. They're looking at the Danube and thinking about whether it's a good idea to cross. Nothing really of note over here, but Constantinople. Yes, the battle is nigh here, and they do indeed want to do it. Good Decimus Flavius, who's looking very old at this point, a butcher with 0 command. Don't know how he managed that, but he has. Let's head into battle. Let's take them down, and that should mostly be our way to the capital. Well, we have ourselves carriage ballistas immediately bulldozing their front line, which is hilarious. Plumbatari getting shot, which is a good priority shot. Well done, my good sirs. Aim for them continuously, and I'll be very, very happy indeed. There are some Eastern Archers back here, so I need to keep an eye on it, but their range, well, we're well out of their range right now. Where are those reinforcements? They are in that part of the world. So Horse Archers are that side of the battlefield if we need to start moving around. So for now, it's just a bit of a skirmish, and I suspect it's going to end with an awful lot of dead Romans. We have started moving forward towards them now, so get the Horse Archers out to the flank properly. At this point, Archers haven't moved forward, which is surprising. Get yourselves moving that way, just so we're in the right kind of direction. Onagers, maybe start shooting on Will, actually, because yeah, they are very much going to be in range. Now, we don't want any of our units too close because these flaming bolts could do all sorts of nonsense, but we'll see how it goes. Flaming shots very short by the looks of it. That actually almost hit on that occasion. Yeah, you see, this is why we need to be careful with our carriage ballistas. You guys are probably just about in javelin range at this point, aren't you? So we'll just keep them moving. Flaming shots going to do some damage to the peasants and comitatenses. Oh, that is lovely, lovely stuff. Their archers are starting to get a little bit close. Don't really like that. I'm going to put the boulders onto normal boulder mode. That'll be absolutely grand. We're going to swing these archers around over here. Get the chariots to swing across that line as well. And I think summations, you can just start running forwards because we want to clear off those archers if at all possible. We are just rearranging the angles of the army at this point. Get the general out. He could do with some battle as well. The Eastern Archers just a little bit scattered. This is a very good chance that we're going to start losing these guys if we're not careful at this point because yeah, Eastern Archers are hopefully going to break. There, they're broken. Get into those archers instead. You get out of there, you might actually be in their range. We do not want you in their range at all. We've got Plumbatari over there. This is starting to get a little bit messy in places. Let's make sure our Plumbatari are on javelins. Ahoy! And indeed, that should do the job. These guys are just going to plough into them. Just get the chariot ballista over this direction because I want to make sure they are supported by these guys. Yeah, you get yourselves over here because if that general wants to come into you, you should all be shooting at him. Yeah, you just keep getting yourselves away. Yeah, you charge them down. You charge them down. We're not letting those ballista get smashed up. Thank you very much. That's on my general. He's actually, I think, just routed most of this by himself, along with the other unit of cavalry, because obviously not by himself. They're doing a good job in the centre. You just turn around, shoot into the middle of that. bit concerned about these guys at this point. I think if you go off skirmish, you start swinging around, these cavalry will be able to swing in and help you out. Let's just do a little bit of micromanagement to make sure they don't get caught out at the edge of the battlefield here. But I think this is going to work because there we go. Get in these guys, and they're pretty hefty. They're actually heavier than those guys anyway. Yeah, and the ballista chariot are here just to mop up the fools on the edge of this battlefield here. God, this is a bit chaotic. There's kind of fleeing troops everywhere. I'll just let them run towards my lines. I'm not too worried about that because they will just get splattered. These guys can do what they want. Maybe go off fire. Fire's a bit dangerous as far as I'm concerned. Oh, these guys are charging in at us. I'm not sure they are charging in so much as just running in this direction to try and get away. But we will try and get away. Get out of there! Don't want them to catch us because they will rip us to shreds the moment they clip us. So we will need to micromanage this defense. And yeah, they've got themselves clipped by ballista. Perfect. Okay, you, job done as well. Get yourself over here, and cavalry, just yeah, keep on mopping up. Keep on mopping up. Get yourself back onto skirmish, and that is a job well done. Okay, they've got the first cohort over there. That's absolutely fine. Ballistas will be shooting down those Limitani. They're now broken. Good. Ballistas, shoot them down. And this is where, like, if you've got a solid enough line to do the work for you, because I've not even looked at the front line. Oh, here come javelins, I imagine. Throwing in and dodging. Yes, if you can actually micromanage these cavalry units, they can pretty much win the battle for you yourself. There's like 4 or 5 units out here which have pretty much done the whole thing for me. Legio Lanciari, they are going to reload, but to be honest, I think we'll be absolutely fine. These guys just need to come down the hill. Yeah, they've been cleared out, and mop, 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 mop. I think at this point the ballistas need to come down this way and just make sure, yeah, that we can take out that first cohort, because there's a couple units here that are very strong indeed, and they need to be completely annihilated. So at this point, charging down some eastern archers. They are not quite broken yet. There's another unit coming in. These cavalry are starting to get a bit tired. So you guys pull out of the melee. We don't really want you getting too stuck in, although you are pretty good at it. Those chariot ballista have actually run out, which is a little bit unfortunate. Can you get out of the general, please? I'm not convinced that that's a great idea for him. First cohort, though, getting them shot down, that is an excellent idea. Now these guys, they just fleeing. I don't know. We're going to go in charge at them. That will be magnificent. And at this point, yeah, just some committed tenses left. That charge will hopefully just break them immediately. They're already wavering, so maybe a death or two on the charge. How are you not broken from the waver? There we are. They are now broken after the waver. And I think it's pretty much the battle, actually. We're actually out of missiles with these guys, which is unfortunate, but yeah, generals, just charge him down at this point. Not you. Your job is to finish off them. Down goes their general officially then. That's at least one of them, I suppose. And if my cavalry can just swing around here, we're going to get these first cohort very much, yeah, surrounded, panicked by artillery fire. I mean, look at them. They're already at cold. They're already gold chevron. It's absolutely obscene. I just love this unit so much. They are chaotic. They do involve a fair bit of effort, but it's so worth it. And officially victory is ours. We can tell them to stop now because I don't know how much friendly fire there is with them, but it's not good. And down we charge into the first cohort. It's a, yes, it's a wild fleeing maniacal moment. Oh, I can't speak. It's just too beautiful to see. So there we go. They're mopped up, and well, is it even Constantinople? I don't know. I'm guessing these guys either chased them off the field or they must have killed them. Judging by the corpses, I think they did. The day is ours, says Squeaky Narrator Man. Indeed, voice crack Narrator Man. 6% lost to 95% of theirs, and that will mean the city is almost certainly completely empty. Shall we have a quick look at the chariot ballistae? Oh yeah, 213 to 214. I mean, the horse archers are close, but that is just obscene. Heavy onagers doing some work as well. Nice to see. And with that, Decimus Flavius, still the faction heir, can claim Constantinople for himself. The Roman Empire is triumphant! The legacy of Caesar has been renewed. and the legions now stand guard over a united people. The barbarians are being kept out, mostly, and a new age stretches before you as a ruler of the known world. Continue. Well, indeed, glorious victory, and a lovely little piece of music this, which is definitely part of the end card for the Western Empire Rebels campaign. Oh, lovely. Well, indeed it will continue. I don't know what our end goal should be. Obviously, we're not just going to end it here. I definitely think we need to destroy the Eastern Empire. We need to completely reunite the Roman Empire. I don't think we need to destroy the Sassanids. If they wage war, we'll have a battle or two with them. That could be fun. But I think reuniting the Empire, I think that's the main goal here. So, indeed, we shall continue. We shall, though, exterminate the perfidious scum that are the people of Constantinople. Yes. Excellent. Decimus Flavius knows how to name his cities. And with that, we have ourselves, well, we can actually get the First Legion here, I believe. Yes, which is a turn ahead of Rome. Rome. 2 turns ahead of Rome, with 2 turns from the urban barracks there. Indeed. So, okay, we can get some very nice troops here. We still don't have the top level of Hippodrome, Circus Maximus, for the bodyguard. I'm not sure I will necessarily be doing that right now, but it can be quite useful to get some new generals out, especially if you're expanding quickly. Ludus Magna, now that is tempting. We'll repair the Colosseum, which apparently... Oh, yeah, that was my sabotage. I hoped they would have repaired that themselves. Apparently they are completely crippled. We'll get ourselves a first cohort, and that's good news because our economy was a little bit crippled, actually, by losing Londinium. Really harsh times, yes. Yes, it was a little bit crippled by that, so yes, I can just go around the Empire now and do some of the things I was trying to do. It's a good chance for me to show you around, actually, and just remind people where we're at. We do have a little blockade going on here, so I'll send this boat around so we've got someone to send these spies a boot. And another spy there. That's perfect. Okay, there is actually a proper army coming to take us down. No general. Intriguing. But there is a full army coming. So let's get another comitatenses into that army. And apart from that, do I want to send archers? You know what I might do? I might be tempted to still send some over. Maybe not for this immediate attack, but just maybe, if nothing else, just to replenish after the fact. So yes, we'll worry about that in a turn or two. Thessalonica, likewise, you probably just want to get the highways built in this part of the world because they haven't bothered with that like we have. I do like the Palatina, very, very solid. I always enjoy having a good anti-cav shield wally kind of spearman. Salona's on the front line. It's not really much on the front line anymore, but it is essentially on the front line. So we will need to keeping an eye on this. I have actually got the onagers. I've got myself a siege engineer here. I want to note siege engineer, by the way. 1 turn in Rome, this lad, I think, and he's picked up the Comes Dispositonium, which I still butchered, but 15% movement points, 2%, right, plus 2 loyalty, military engineer, and he's also learnt about magnificent ribald rhymes. I cannot speak today. There we go. Let's move on from that before I completely butcher and mispronounce other things horribly. So yes, we'll build up another army over there. It'll probably be the last one we need to build. As for Carnuntum, also on the front lines, we've been doing a good job of keeping this building up, actually. But population's still growing. I wouldn't mind, to be honest, getting a market then at this point, just to make sure we keep pushing it up. But Quincum refuses to grow no matter what I do. So we will indeed start getting markets so I can get the spies out. I built a lot of military infrastructure in these towns and they're looking pretty solid. Colonia Agrippina, though, is a little bit concerning, it should be said. So what are we going to do? We don't need +1 on the experienced archers. We can get +3 around the corner. What we possibly need to do, if nothing else, is... I don't know. I don't know what to do there, frankly. What we should do then, just get an archer for now and just keep pushing on at Vicus Franchi where we can at least get some more troops. Vicus Franchi, we need that to not die, so Aqueduct. still alive. We've got the aqueduct over there, another aqueduct over here. Let's just make sure these aren't getting plagued. You over here also could do with something. Maybe once again, just being able to retrain the troops. It's probably the same concept we should go with in Agrippina is, yeah, even if we're not going to train them here, we want to be able to retrain them after a battle. So that's the plan in that part of the world. York is not big enough to actually do anything else. There's no real need for blacksmith, so ignore that. Tyre has been ignored for a long time. We'll finally build that wall that we didn't build before. If London was just a little bit less happy, I would have built the wall and it would have absolutely slaughtered about 30% of that army for walking in. Vertigala, we'll build a wall again. It just looks prettier on the map and a bit of happiness. Oll's down here. Now, Cassid the Lily-Livered is very much near his end at this point. We'll get stone walls, so we're just going to keep building walls everywhere, but it is a 5% bonus, so it's not the worst thing. Oll's looks like it's finally going to flip around to Christianity. So once he's gone, that will indeed happen. So, I mean, it could be another 20 years yet. Who knows? Because frankly, it doesn't seem like anyone's ever going to die of old age. I think I've only seen about 2 characters pass away for that. Yeah, we will definitely get that built over there. And with that, I think we're out of money, which is unfortunate for the likes of Tingy, who's perpetually unhappy, as is Cordoba. But that's just the way their life goes. They get lots of games over in Cordoba. So, they should be happy about their lot, quite frankly, and I've probably said quite Romanly many times now, so I'm going to perhaps leave this clip and we'll end our turn. But things looking pretty positive. Get a good eye on this army. Lots of Eastern archers, very little infantry. Don't think they'll be doing that much to me. Cyrene, once they're done with the roads, which is just helping them out, to be honest. You know what we could do? We could, rather than build the highways, which, as I say, are just going to speed them up, we could get building on some cavalry stables so we can reinforce. We'll have a quick look at what Cadonia does again. Do you get the better cav? You don't, so yeah, you know what? Build some sewers here. I'll change one of the stone walls maybe, and we'll get ourselves some cavalry stables. One last thing before we end our turn is that this force over here is going to start heading eastward, a very, very strong force indeed. Not quite full stack, so maybe more of a drop-off at Ephesus kind of army rather than the full stack that might head more towards, I don't know, Antioch. But we'll work that out as we go. For now, it's an interesting little force, and then also a good opportunity to point out a tidbit that someone said in the comments, which I do often forget, which is currently this is how far we can get because the army has trotted off out of Rome. But if you actually do select all the boats rather than the army, suddenly we've got all the way over here when we should be able to get there, which is a bit cheeky, but it's a sign worth bearing in mind. You can sometimes get a little bit further than the game thinks you can on your boat, so there's another random tidbit for you. But we should probably end our turn and see what the Saxons are doing next. Well, it's a new turn, and the Vandals have arrived once again. I'm not feeling particularly threatened by them, if I'm honest. I am sending some peasants over to try and grow a quincum desperately, so we're going to gather a few of those in that part of the world. Get one more of you, thank you very much. But more importantly, yes, the more important sort of horde-like threat, although they're not a horde faction, is of course these lads over here, the Saxons, who left one guy 35%. I think we can probably do better than that. Yes, 92. Oh, marvellous. Yes, we'll take the 92 lad off of the park straight away. Thank you very much. Assassination mission success. He is DED dead. Lovely stuff. And to be honest, do we want to head down to London? You know what, we're just going to land over in Norfolk. We'll have ourselves a lovely little holiday out there. A few cities and towns growing. Yeah, Burgundii, interesting. Not sure I'm particularly fond of that, actually, lads. So we'll send 2 of you down to Deverorum. You can man the town here. Get another archer unit. And, you know, I'm going to send, to be honest, over here, who for some reason is still alive. And we'll just keep on pumping out some, yes, hefty troops out of these. Oh, we finally got some cavalry out of here as well. We did decide to train them here, so it's going to go to Teverorum. That would be perfect. Okay, they are potentially going to launch this attack. And obviously it's just at the moment... I mean, we actually built this army to prevent this from happening. But There we go. It seems to be happening anyway. Constantinople looking fairly solid these days. Still got a fair few cav, but four units isn't overkill. Possibly should just make sure we got one more committenses in there for when these guys consider attacking. Although with some cities and towns growing into the quorum, okay, we'll do that first. With some towns growing, yeah, we're going to struggle. Berdigala, I thought it was you. Berdigala is finally not completely miserable, but yeah, it's still annoying me. Athens, highways, good news indeed. Let's not worry too much about the rest of this. Aqueduct, Carthage Academy, that would be nice for the future. Okay, Thessalonica, we do need to make sure you've got some troops. So, oh yes, the spies. The spies are ready, ladies and gents. This is perfect. Right, grab my spies. You head over to Ephesus. There's nothing there at all. That is perfect. Did I see... Okay, no, it's not a first cohort. That would have been strange, but no, it's not. You just clear him out of the water. Not completely cleared, but he's gone for now. We'll grab 2 spies over here as well, and they can start heading over. So you head over towards... Is Sinop still on here? I think it is. And you head towards Ankara, which is just sitting right there, 75. We'll just get you to hover outside. Just get some intel. And we actually do have one more, don't we? Marvellous stuff. You head on to these boats. We don't need all of them. We'll send 2. I don't want the spy to get killed, but let's head over that direction. Ooh, boat. Okay, they're just basic bireams. We should be able to beat those with the experience that we've got. Lovely stuff. Okay. Spy down here. You keep moving that direction. He's looking interested in us. Might need to figure out some spending actually, because I wouldn't mind another unit over here. It's probably what we want. So yes, we'll have to do some juggling of our funds in a minute. But okay, as the armies start to get closer and closer. Actually, we'll send a boat here to go pick you up, actually. That seems like the better way. Okay. And we can get how far? That far. We can keep moving. Yay! Good, we're breaking the game. That's just perfect. So, yeah, scout boat can't see anything. Doesn't look like there's anyone to threaten us in the Eastern Mediterranean at this point. You are probably going to head straight to Ephesus when we can get there. That's fine. Okay, good news. Things are starting to come together. As for Constantinople, we need a couple units just to man the city. So, yeah, you know what? We can send Palatina. We're going to send... Oh, I don't really want to send many troops from here because I'm not too sure, actually. I need to send my spies out a little bit. Here's my spy from over there. There was an assassin before, which is why I kept him there, but it seems like he's gone. We'll just send you over to the mountain passes and just see. You can just keep an eye on things. The Goths have, I think they had a battle over here actually outside Dacia because they had a full stack swinging past, but I guess they're now just back to their capital. 1 city Goth and 2 city Huns is about as good as we can get actually. So I'm happy about that situation. Gothic diplomat. Do we care about chatting with you? I don't know that we do. We'll go and chat to the Roxolani. I have no idea how and when we'll ever be able to find them, but I suspect they're still sitting over there. I don't remember seeing that they were dead. Okay, so we'll see what the Saxons do, because Marcus the Gambler has made it to the Fair Isle. But York, looking a little bit threatened currently. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get the 2 lads out of there with their arch. We have tons of archers in this force. You know what? We'll just leave them in the city. We're going to plonk you here. We're going to send you over there to join the army. Aurelius Flavius is now going to lead it. Interesting, Marcus the Gambler not taking control. He hasn't actually got any command, apparently. So this is very interesting indeed. He disliked the pagan ways, but he was converted by force. That is very strange indeed. Okay, but you know what? He's still scarred. He's going to be very effective for us in battle. You know what? At this point, Marcus, yeah, if you're not going to be fighting, then pass that over. Oh, you can't. This is actually held. Interesting. I didn't realise that. So, Or is he just full, actually? Oh, he's already got Dux Britannium, because I already passed that over from Placus the Horseman. That's +3 anyway. Okay, that would be a little bit harsh to spread. I imagine you can't... Right, so you can pass it over, these titles, but you just can't pass them two at once. That makes perfect sense. Fine. Okay, well, that's interesting. The Herbalist is still very useful, and so is the Scout. So we'll just hand all those over to the young lad here. And with that... Oh yeah, so extra line of sight, extra chance of healing from wounds, +3 morale, even more line of sight. That is exceptional. Cavalry, command, horsemaster, trusty steed. This is absolutely glorious. Oh my. Well, well, well. This is a beautiful mix of things. And when the Burgundy naturally stabbed me in the back in a minute, I say that we're not allies at all, but... we've been neutral for long enough. When they do that in a minute, this is going to work out very nicely for me indeed. To be honest, I think we should probably change our targets with the assassin. Not the factionaire, that's not going to be ideal, but we'll find someone else to kill because I'm feeling like they're more the ones that are upsetting me right now. Well, it's certainly going to be an interesting turn here. To start off with, we should probably lop off another head. Oh, not marvellous news. We missed. Surprising. But, okay. Okay, a miss. So we're going to get ourselves onto Watling Street and just wait for the Romans, the Saxons, to attack us. Now, the archers do have 3 on missile. Very nice indeed. Yes, that's one of the advantages of the Saxon capital. We'll be taking that before too long. Don't worry. Oh, yes, by the way, war. Unsurprising war. The Burgundii have attacked us. Not once, but twice. Not thrice, but yes, we will have to deal with that. Agrippina. Now, unfortunately, they do have chosen archers. Very, very nice indeed, and that makes it a little bit awkward. We don't really have the cav to sally out very effectively here. They have no siege equipment, so they're not getting on with this anytime soon. Gives us time to perhaps gather a little force. So I think Vicus Franchi needs the more immediate relief force because Colonia Agrippina definitely has enough to sort of hold firm for the time being. So seeing as he's 88 and hasn't been up to too much recently, I think he's got a job to do in a minute. But before we get on with that, I should probably just check what's going on. Christianus the Lily Livid has picked up a gladiator. Okay, he's only 51. I thought he'd be a lot older than that, but there we go. And Opius Flavor's picked up a librarian. We'll take that as a non-euphemistic librarian option. He's picked one up. Okay, rebellion or worse. That's not me. That's fine. And at the report, we are not doing so hot with our economy all of a sudden. So, Rome. Okay, we can get more of our first cohort. That's almost exactly all the money we have, so let's spend it. And other than that, there are some general roads and things. We're a bit short, as I say, on the funds right now. So our army has been getting bigger. We've been putting a lot more into that. Very much making investments. So for some reason they stopped at the border of York. I'm not sure why they chose to do that, but we'll give them a poke very soon indeed. And we'll leave the peasants around there. The Vandals not quite making up their mind, eyeing up at Quincum. But yes, they're probably better off aiming towards Carnuntum. But, you know, Carnuntum should be absolutely fine as well. Salona looking solid, and as for this part of the world, nothing much going on. For some reason, they haven't attacked over here at Cyrene either. To be honest, we are starting to gather some forces, so they should probably get on with that at some point quickly. Alright, they're not too miserable. We can continue sending these troops back over towards Cyrene as well. Good. Okay, well, I think we should probably just head into battle, seeing as the end turn is, other than that, fairly uninteresting. So, at 88, Valentinianus is going to head into battle. And there are 3 Lombardi berserkers here. Oh my, we need to be careful. Barbarian noble cavalry are absolutely demonic as well. And they've got 4 experience in some of these. So, this is not nothing. We'll be needing to get the the forces from the city in together, and then we can launch the attack properly. It's been taking a hell of a lot of time, but we're mostly now got our army together and got them turning into position. Do you look how green these barbarian cities are? It's really lovely, isn't it? Okay, let's keep on moving. Let's see if we can just tweak a turn out of them, turn them towards our walls. That would be very much what I'd like to see. Now, Lombard archers at the front, they're going to start getting some shots in before very long if we're not careful about this. So, oh, that was wonky, Thomas. Very, very much wonky. Can't quite get this to squeeze in. It's really been difficult. There we go. Right, run into position now because we're going to end up in range very, very soon. Okay, we are in range. Lombardi berserkers are going to run in. So you guys just shoot them down as much as possible. They have no armor at all, so we just need to shoot them. Shoot them! Shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot them. Don't skirmish. Please shoot. Javelins are coming in, that's good. We need something to get rid of them. Oh dear. Okay, shooting them in the back now. They're running away. That's not very clever of them, but they went unberserk. And they're now fleeing. Good. Okay, those berserkers are on their way as well. You really need to be shooting into them as much as possible. Okay, they're going to hit us. Archers are. Archers have done the job. Good. Good. That's fine. I was a bit worried about they're about to completely flee. They have missed a trick here by not just charging the whole line forward. Archers, do now make your move. Off fire at will. Just go. Just go. Likewise, you guys. Just go. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. They didn't get out of there. They're still not out of there. Oh, look, they routed anyway. Good. Get back in there. All is fine, probably. Start shooting them as well. This is a slight awkward battle at this point. Okay, archers, just get behind the line. Get behind the line. You guys back into position. We're not going to kill them all because we're right on the edge of the battlefield. That's all we can manage on this occasion. That's absolutely fine. Okay, their Lombard archers are back there. Spear warband. Don't need to worry about that. Let's get the other archers into position. Are they able to shoot? Not at the moment. Cavalry, just mop them up. We can get on top of them. We can definitely get on top of them. Okay, and at this point, to be honest, they are very much lacking infantry. There's just a lot of archers forward, so let's get all of our infantry forward. Just run at them, full pace. These guys are going to mop up them. And cavalry, both just charge into those Lombardi archers. We need them dealt with. So, keep them, try and get them dancing. Good, they're dancing. Charge along the front line and make sure these are dancing rather than shooting. Okay, that's fine. They're moving. They're moving. They are on their way out of here. That's good. You get on top of them. Okay, General's just ploughing down that hill. You get into him. You. Yeah, we'll just charge them all forward. Charge them all forward. I think we got this at this stage. And at this stage, we just got the Barbarian Noble Cavalry at the edge of the battlefield here. They're about to flee, are they? No. They're going to get themselves stuck into our infantry. That's just what we want to see. Get those cav to fly into the back of them. In fact, no, I'd rather just get on top of the nobles. Get on top of the nobles. Okay, fine, we'll deal with them first. Now get on top of the nobles. All is absolutely fine. That's not the General, Thomas. That's why he wasn't charging as quickly as you imagined him doing. That's absolutely fine. These guys are dying even though they're the anti-cav infantry, but whatever. You do you, my good sirs. You do you. And Lombard archers need to go down in the distance there. But aside from this one unit of noble cav who were doing an awful lot of damage to our infantry, the job is pretty much done. That's fine. Let the archers have some fun over there. And there we go. Down he is. And victory is ours. Well, that was certainly a lovely victory for us. 7% loss to 78% of them. A few getting away on the edge of the battlefield, as you might expect. But a glorious, glorious victory. Thank you very much, my good Augustus, sorry. Yes, somehow. Still Augustus. Well, perhaps unsurprisingly, Cyrene is now under siege. It is a pretty full stack, actually, once you get the two together. Not too concerned because, well, 2 archers isn't going to make the difference, is it? But I'm not too concerned because I think we should be able to smash them up with our mixture of units here, so that's absolutely fine by me. As for the Eastern Empire, well, we've started to get a good view on their cities, and, well, they don't have anything in any of them. So, yeah, looks like a very quick bulldoze is probably in play here. So, yeah, let's just get these guys moving across. Very soon they'll be at Ephesus, ready to, yes, finish off that little problem. And we'll start moving gradually in that direction. Constantinople army, that's probably the one for Antioch. But we use the other force to kind of mop things up as we go. We are short on money, as I said, so it is probably time to go and deal with some other problems. Obviously, having dealt with one force, it's time to go deal with the other force. Now, okay, we lost an awful lot of troops for one turn. One turn, and we just lost like 5 troops on every single one of our units. That's a little bit steep. Okay, so we could do the same thing with a Sally, but we've got to bear in mind here that, okay, yeah, we've got more troops than 20, and if this is the reinforcement army, then that could be an issue. So you know what, this time we'll just take control of this. What do we want to do? The problem is I can't actually reorganise the order of this, and I've just moved this on army, so I can't do that either. Okay, because we don't want this guy to be like the last one. Peasants, can we disband you? We can disband you. We're going to disband them, which means that we are now almost okay. Do you really want to be getting rid of units before this battle? Probably not, but it's what we're about to do. You know what? Limitane are completely worthless, so we'll just get rid of you. And this way we have ourselves, yeah, just this last archer won't be involved in the battle immediately. That's fine. We'll be able to deal with that momentarily then. As for the Saxons, we'll have a second go at murdering this guy. This time we successfully missed again. That is really disappointing. You know, you got rusty, man. Got rusty with your poison. Okay, well, that's to be dealt with. As for the hordes, still just wondering. Not really sure what they're trying to achieve, but quite frankly, I'm happy about all of that nonsense. Let's talk to the Sarmatians, see if we can get map information. They probably won't give it because we already know. An alliance? I don't know who you're allied with. I feel like everyone hates you. Yeah, everyone hates you. I'm not sure you want to do that, actually. And they won't be interested in anything else in their discussions at this point, so no point of further chit-chat between us. Okay, I feel like we're fairly safe to send a couple units over here to Constantinople, which means that next turn then we'll start moving this army ever onwards, which will be excellent. So I think for now, yeah, there's not an awful lot to do other than get on with battles because we don't really have the money for anything else. So let's head into a second battle with the Lombardi. Not going to be controlled by the AI. What do they have? They do have siege equipment. So they were going to head in soon. Chosen archers, they do have berserkers, but we just managed to repel those last time. They gave up just as they reached us because of all the javelins, which was very helpful indeed. They are lacking generals anywhere in any of their forces. None of them seem to have any whatsoever. Reinforcements is, okay, beginning lancers, 1 cav and 2 Lombard berserkers. They like getting those berserkers out, don't they? That could be problematic to say the least, but we have plenty here to win this battle. Let's hit it. Well, we've managed to collect all of our forces together, as have they, and with this we've managed to just sneak onto the slightest hill that there is on this battlefield. Lombardi, yeah, so very similar formation to before here. So we're going to grab our formation, we're going to move it forward. In fact, we're going to start racing forward actually. And what I will do is just start making sure they're dancing actually. As Lombard archers, I don't really want them to get their shots in. They've got some very powerful units if they get in position. So my archers should be in range there, but mostly they're going to send theirs forward. Mostly I just want to keep them dancing as much as possible. In fact, shoot at those ones. That would probably be ideal. You guys, you're not supposed to get caught. You're supposed to be a tease, frankly. Okay, that's fine. You can just continue to be a tease. You're just supposed to be keeping those archers dancing, which they kind of did do, but you know, it's fine. Archers, you can kind of do what you want to some extent. Hopefully we're not going to get hit. They'll break like last time. They did indeed break like last time. Summations. Okay, you kept people dancing a little bit at the start. That's not too bad. They've actually hit those Lombards. Those archers are going to take a massive pounding, but it's fine. It's just taking the brunt of the charge. These guys, are they going to... No one's been shooting them this time, fortunately. So likewise, we're just going to have to lose those 2 units of archers. That's absolutely fine. Okay, at this point, let's start getting the cavalry into some flanking positions, actually. Send them out. Send them out. So their guys are going to start hitting us. You go and hit those lads. You go and hit those chosen archers. And you come into those Burgundian lancers. They can be dangerous if we're not careful about it. You now go and hit their flank. That's absolutely fine. We're not breaking at the moment. We've got good experience on us, so that is very much working in our favour. You, keep on moving. You have not broken them. Just go into the next unit. You hit their next line. Not worried about the infantry whatsoever, apart from, of course, that one, or those like 4 units of, what do you call them? Berserkers. Yes, the Berserkers. I'm worried about them. Down goes their general. Good work, my noble sirs. They've just about given up that other unit, which is unfortunate. General, just kind of go to the back, to the cavalry. You hit those spear warband. Our infantry line is largely holding pretty well. What do you want? What do we want? Their cavalry can just come back into mine. General's doing a job over there. Nice work. You, my good sir. We're going to need the other cavalry into this battle now. Get the other general in. Get the other general in. We haven't got a huge amount of these guys to help. So, yeah, generals can mop up. You take care of the chosen archers. Archers are getting shot by ours at this point. And it should just be down to the cavalry. Might as well get infantry to start just running forward in a scary way. Oh, there's actually still an infantry battle going on over there. That'll probably scare them, to be honest. That'll get us around the side a little bit more. We'll finish them off. And the general largely doing his job. Who are you taking on, by the way? Spear Warband. That could have been dangerous, but it's fine. Job done, I suppose. And yeah, at this point, we're just running our infantry at them, and that's just scaring them enough to do the job for today. Okay, keep running on. Keep running on. We do have a Siltrum, which does tend to happen in this circumstance. They've now broken. Missiles all come forward, start shooting him. You don't even waste your time on them. Don't even waste time. Just ignore the hedgehog and keep on moving. Looks like our job here is done. Well, an absolutely brutal victory for Valentinianus, the executioner. Well named, and it's nice to see him ride once again. I say that. I don't think we actually used him in battle until age 88, so well done, sir. A clear victory for you. Victory and glory. And with that, well, it seems like we defended the border. So quite frankly, what was all the border defence for? Because, well, obviously for defending, like just now, Thomas. But, yeah, looks like most of the problem is gone already. That did not help at all. Why are you so miserable? There must be a spy in there. It's the only real explanation, because it doesn't actually make any sense. Otherwise, we'll get ourselves some Foderati. And we'll just move you over to Vicus Franchi, and apparently they're just miserable for some reason. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so let's gather these two forces together. A little bit of merging, and okay, not looking too bad at this point. We'll start to gather together some of the key forces, I suppose, at Vicus Franchi. And we'll launch some counterattack before long. Of course, we will have this army once we're done dealing with the Saxons. So, gosh, it's big battle after big battle today. So, the faction leader, Freewine. Bloody. Don't know how he's picked... I don't remember him having that before, but apparently he's picked it up since, in spite of the fact that he's done no battles. Fine. We'll take him and his magnificent moustache out and bury it in the ground. Well, in we go then. We've got ourselves a beautiful rock defending one flank, which is just marvellous. The Palatina guarding the little mini mound here as well. So we've got our major road, lovely stuff, and You've got the hunters at the back there who are probably going to start taking some shots at us actually. So I'm going to grab our 3 generals. And they are really going for the flank, aren't they? Fine, well they're all going to head out over there. And the hunters are going to start shooting in at us anyway, aren't they? We don't actually have to... Where are my infantry going? Infantry! Not supposed to be you, it's supposed to be the generals. Excellent. Right, someone was over there. We'll just charge whoever that is. Who are you? Saxon kill. They're not good for us to be killing, actually. If we go all the way around, that's probably better, Placus. Yeah, you get all the way around. Okay, so some Plumbatari who are... Maybe just guard that flank a little bit more because it's a bit on the weak side, that particular flank. And actually, to be honest... Yeah, so we'll keep a close eye on this. Fortunately, there's a lot of forest, and that's going to make this awfully awkward. So just start swinging around the back. I can't actually see what you're doing. They've got less over on this side, and to be honest, I did put this unit in the trees there just to intercept anyone who decides to get in our way. We're taking shots, and they're not, weirdly. General is over here, swinging to those hunters. Can we see anything? We can see something. We can see hunters. Yeah, charge them. I don't know what's going on. Darn forests. If Warhammer did one good thing, it was at least to get the trees chopped down. But then that was the first one when I think they still were actually bothering to innovate things. Let's keep charging onwards. Just charge through their backline with all of our horsemen. We are expert horsemen apparently, but we do seem to be struggling to just run into these guys. Javelins are coming, but I'm not too worried about any of that. We'll just mop them up from the rear. There's their warlord. If we want to pull him into a 3-on-1, he's welcome to go for it. We do have more cav, by the way, so I might actually send... What do we have? We have, oh yes, some lovely Sarmatians of free experience. Yeah, we'll send these 2 around this flank. You guys go around to the back there, and we'll see how all of that goes. Generals... Yeah, you 3, just get yourselves into this kind of a position. See what the general wants to do at the moment. Their hunters have mostly been distracted. And... yes, problems for their units because they're just getting shot down while we get ourselves into position. Where are you, by the way? There you are, old man. He's apparently got old horses as well. Okay, Groll Knights. Well, that looks exciting. Let's charge into the Groll Knights. Oh, excellent. He's in King Arthur's land, so he's managed to hire up some of the locals. And a nice charge into them. Okay, good. What are they going to do? Are they going to react to any of that nonsense? No, they're not. Fine. We're going to pull ourselves back out of there because they're quite chunky. But it's nice to get a charge. Saxon keel. Should we just smash into their rear line? I think so. You know what? I'm just going to move my line forward. Infantrymen. Not you. And we'll leave the Palatine where they are for the time being. You guys run forwards. Start using your javelins. And start having a great time. At some point their general might actually react to the fact that we've been tearing up his entire rear end with the archers. With the cavalry here. Their archers are being cavalrized. But it's a brand new verb and I quite like it. So, having been cavalrized, most of their archers are now largely giving up. Apart from these ones who are just hunting us down. I suppose they are hunters. It does make sense. Okay, our infantry is in position. It's throwing some javelins. They seem very distracted by us. These horses can come around there. And I don't know what they're doing. What even is their tactic in this battle? It makes absolutely zero sense. They're just happy to stand around and get killed, apparently. Archers are nearly out of ammo at this point, which is kind of ridiculous. What are these guys even doing? They're now hunting down those archers. Maybe the general's just trying to get us weak enough and then pounce on us. Perhaps that is his ploy all along, but I don't know. It seems like awfully like his army's been largely murdered already. Horses are, well, they're in position in that flank now, so we'll just charge into them and we'll get the extra horses just to head over in support of Mr. General's, because it looks like the General is at least moving in this direction. Oh, is he actually coming for us at last? Yay, he's coming for us at last. Let's line ourselves up then and get this other unit of cav to join the party. And then we can maybe do something to him. Okay, good. He's lining up for the fun. This is what we want. Infantry somewhere are doing a battle. These guys can just charge into these hunters. Make sure they are all dealt with. He's at 45. Palatina, you're not actually up to much. You can just come out of the forest and poke him. As for infantry, to be honest, at this stage, I think we should just charge them forward because nothing is really happening. So, at the very least, we can start to mop up what is left of this army. And archers at the rear, you can just... Oh, we're actually out of ammo. We're actually out of ammo. It's been that long. Okay. General is reacting to the Palatina, apparently. Not reacting to this. Oh, he is reacting to this. Charge! And you get into them at this point. That'll be fine. General! And the Palatina are maybe going to arrive one day. He's down to 40 odd. These guys have been absolutely demolished. They gave up instantaneously. Right, you guys pull out of there. Don't need to get any of you killed. Palatina are on their way to finish the trap. So, as he gets slightly distracted, he did do a little bit of damage, but not an awful lot. There we go. There we go. Charge him. Charge him. And at this point, we should be fine. I don't really know what's happening on the other side of the battlefield. We have... Apparently there's a battle going on there with some of our infantry and their guys. Okay, this guy's just run 20 miles further forward than he needs to. We've actually got actual battles going on. Oh, fine. Then we'll smash these guys in the back in that case. You had to smash them in the back. Okay, that works for us. I have no idea what's happening, but things are happening all around. Here's a big scrum on top of their general. As we're just going to pull out just to kind of try and get this around, but also just push these guys away from the battle. That's absolutely fine. Their king is routing. Oh, lovely. Down he goes, killed by Palatina. Good old trusty Palatina. And we'll let the horsemen chase down some of these hunters. We'll let the general swing back into whatever this battlefield is. I don't even know. Yeah, just go and hit those levy spoon in the back. That won't possibly go wrong in any way, shape or form. These cavalry are swinging around the rear. These infantry are, well, they're done as well. Okay, battle's done. Woohoo! Been a strange old affair, but the great battle of... is this the Peak District? I guess it is. We'll call it the Battle of Derby. And since we got one peak, we'll call it the Peak District. And it's been an interesting place for us to battle. Don't really know what's happened, but it's been a unique one, and I kind of enjoyed it. Victory and glory. Quite a few men to mop up, to be honest. The cavalry should probably get running off in this direction and see if they can finish them. Well, it's a clear victory. We lost a few men, mostly I would guess some of my cavalry. The infantry seems not completely destroyed, so we'll take that. That's not too shabby at all. And with that victory and glory, retinue expands, and this guy is now the faction leader. That is actually all they've got, which is intriguing. Well. Okay, well, we'll put it under siege then. City under siege, just to be sure. We'll do it that way. We'll get ourselves... They haven't built a new wall in this time, which is a shame, but maybe they built something. We'll find something surprising there. Barbarian turncoat. Indeed, add it to the list. He hasn't gained anything too much in terms of command from that, but I thought that was a pretty darn good victory. And there are some ancient archer mercs, which are quite nice, so I would be tempted by that if we had an economy. So next turn, we can head back into dealing with that. Okay, this has been an interesting episode in many ways. We've seen the return of Valentinianus, who for some reason at 88 has suddenly decided to go on a walkabouts and a murder spree. I mean, he's degenerate. I mean, he's just old. Let's be nice. Let's be nice to him. He's welcoming to foreigners. He can't be that much of a degenerate. But dubious espionage, inferior trader. But he has a sculptor. Maybe we should give over some of these guys. I mean, the question he's had... I mean, I gave up his retinue a long time ago, but he's picked up ever since. Sculptor's quite new, though. So we should hand that back to someone. Right. You know what? There is some work that needs doing, so we do need to have a little look around the Empire, make sure that that border is just reorganised. This army, when it's done over here, can come over and take Vicus Saxonis, because that'll be a rebel settlement. And I don't really want them getting hold of it. It might distract them though. Either way, I think we're going to have to eat their empire now to make them pay. It really is the only way. So yes, take Vicus Saxonis. Frissy will take as well. Chatty, oh, I don't know. It's just going to create a war with these guys, isn't it? It's all that's going to happen as a result of this. But, you know what? It might be what needs to be done. What we might do, in fact, is... what we might do is take Saxonis and Frissy. We'll see about this. I don't know how good a city is. Minor city, not the worst in the world, not the best in the world. We'll have to see about that. As for everything else, well, the hordes are still bumbling around as if it's medieval 2 total war. Don't know what they're doing. They're not strong enough to take anything, so I don't care about them. Constantinople, our army will soon get some reinforcements for the city, meaning that we can take our forces probably to Antioch. Maybe we just go to Sinope and start swinging down. I don't know. We have this army on the boat here heading over to Ephesus, and we do have a sally battle to do in Cyrene, so I guess that's where we need to start off next time. If it's interesting, it might just be a light poke, to be honest. So we'll see if that makes the cut. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas. This is To Nerdist to Human, and somehow, he's still awaiting his day as Augustus. But one day he will make it. Victory and glory was ours today. I'm Thomas, this is To Nerdist to Human, and this has been our Western Roman Empire campaign. Victory and glory to you. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Go, my pappies, go! Hunt down the German dogs. My chariots are complete lunatics. Stop charging into the spears. Stop charging into the spears. Why do these guys not break? Everyone else has fled. Go home. Go home. What is happening at the chariots?